What it is, what it do. How are we doing today, guys? It's Thursday, October 8th, 2020. What a time to be alive. I mean, things are a little crazy in the world, but I'm here to hopefully bring a little bit sense of normalcy and also show how you can travel and get out in a safe way, keeping yourself, keeping others in other states or countries safe, and, you know, hopefully bring a little bit of joy to your day. So I want to thank any of you who have subscribed, who are watching. You know, I'm new to this vlog journey, and so I just want to thank you all for, you know, hopping on it with me and the support. That being said, I kind of wanted to address that, you know, you might be seeing some videos coming out from me from like really way back, 2013. And, you know, the thing is that there's been a long journey to 2013 to 2020 to where I was feeling comfortable and feeling, you know, proud and good in my work. And, you know, I'm not satisfied. So, you know, that there's always that progression. And I think you hear that from other YouTubers or cinematographers or photographers, is that we're always trying to, you know, hone our craft. So that's where that comes from, is that I had a lot of fear, and I think, you know, I want to admit the things that I'm struggling with and the things that I'm trying to get better at, so that hopefully it helps you. So for me, the biggest struggle is feeling confident and feeling like work isn't good enough to be put out. But you don't ever get better if you don't put the work out. So I just had this realization, and it's like kind of this waking up the other day that I needed to do this and put this work out all the way back from 2013, because I was doing myself a growth disservice and a disservice in general. So, you know, I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's my old work. You know, this is my new work. Look at the progression. Look what I've grown. Look what I've learned. I'll never get to showcase that. You'll be judging me, and I'm judging myself then based off of years of you know, camera work and photography and traveling to all these countries and around the US, and you know, you're just going to get the polished product. And I think that's a little bit of a disservice to myself and to you as well, because I want you to be able to see that, you know, we're all just regular folks out here having a vision, going on a journey, and sharing our work and our lives. So that being said, I'm excited to share that we're hopping on the next trip. So as you can see, the micro camper is behind me. About to get back on the road. It feels good after, you know, doing Yellowstone and Colorado and the epic road trip with Denise Nickerson. But for this particular trip, she's actually going to be joining me as well. So we're going to be heading up to Maine, and going to be spending a long weekend there and just trying to experience some stuff and do it in a safe way. Again, thanks so much for watching. This is Long Way to Go. My name's Zach Jones, and let's get into today. What's poppin', guys? So we are on the road trip, and Denise is having a stretch over here, so she didn't realize I was going to start recording. But we're on the trip. It's been good so far. A little bit uneventful. Everything is like, you know, the leaves are changing, and it's just the beginning. It's like October. It's the first week of October, really. So that's feeling really nice, and actually something that it's like it's just so gorgeous, and you take that for granted, and that's kind of what we were talking about before I turned the camera on here. Getting close to halfway there, so we're gonna get there around 7 p.m. We're gonna do some dinner, explore a little bit if it's not too dark, and this whole trip was initially planned around Arcadia National Park, but for those who don't know, this is really useful that all of the camping in that area is pretty much closed due to COVID. And just so you know, just from our experience, at least with the national parks, a lot of the main functions of the visiting centers are closed as well. So we were like kind of we were thinking that we weren't gonna go at all, but we just decided that like, let's go full send and just head up there and just do it for a day. So gonna sleep in Portland, get some great dinner, head up to Arcadia for all day tomorrow. And just really get to, you know, try to experience it a little bit. You know, unfortunately, we'd love to spend the whole weekend because that's really what you need. But, you know, gotta roll with the punches. What it is, what it do, guys. So we finally made it to Portland. It's a bit dark, so it's a little hard for me to film, but I figured I'd touch base with y'all. We are here at the High Roller Lobster Co., I believe it's called. We're getting dinner right over here. We're getting dinner at this location over here. It's supposed to be really amazing lobster rolls here in the city of Portland. And if you can see behind me, it might be hard to see because the GoPro isn't that great at night, and that's what I have right now. But this street seems to be, from what we can see, because a lot of things are closed, it's just a lot of eateries. As is very common, as you see in New York and other places, we're doing all dining outside. There is indoor dining now, but it was just too crazy right now for us to go in and do that. Just the line was literally out the door, so it didn't really make much sense for us to do that. So right now, we're gonna enjoy some lobster rolls and things like that, and I'll show you how good these things look. Yeah, what did we order again?
String French fries, whoopie pies, pumpkin whoopie pie, and a classic one. Lobster pop regular, a lobster pop fried, and we're splitting a lobster roll.
Okay, so what she said was, I don't know if my mic's picking it up, but it's lobster pop. Oh, snap. Oh, cool. Wow. Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, you got it. So where's thank you.
Oh, wow, that's literally a pop of lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Well, there he is. So Denise got, that's called a lobby pop, which is a lobster pop. Are you okay if I pick it up?
Yeah.
So you can see it's just literally a lobster tail in here. I got the, of course, you know me, I got the fried one. We got the basket of fries, and then the high roller. This is what they're known for. Look at that glory. Oh, they even have to put a little flag in it. So we're gonna get to eating, and we will let you guys know how it is. What it is, what it do, guys. Sorry I did not film last night. It was so cold after we got back from the High Roller Lobster Co. The food was so good. That is hands down best lobster roll I've ever had. Denise nailed picking this spot. So I was in seafood heaven. Right now we're getting up. This is the setup for, you know, the vagabond life. The truck cap. Denise is over here. What you whipping up, Denise?
About to make some road ramen.
What is road ramen?
It is a high quality specialty. It involves a packet of ramen and a fried egg on top.
Exactly.
Only
so
the best for Zach.
Thank you, Chef Boyardee. So yeah, that's the drill over here. Getting up. It was mad cold last night, and we had some condensation buildup because I was lazy last night. I don't know if you can see here. Yeah, maybe a little bit. And I got lazy. I didn't crack a window. We got here. It was freezing, and we put the Reflectix up which helped a ton. So if you don't have Reflectix because you're either being lazy or you don't really know what they are, you can buy them in Lowe's or Walmart. I actually got mine there. It was $24 for the measurement of the roll I needed. But yeah, our Reflectix are here. We store them in the corner, but they end up covering the windows kind of like this. You can see kind of like that, the windows are covered. And the condensation builds up on the other side, of course, always a little bit, but it definitely helped with keeping us warm and keeping the heat in. So the one thing I would obviously change is cracking the window like I knew I should have. I was just getting lazy. And there's repercussions, of course. It's not the end of the world, not that bad, but see, a lot of condensation buildup back here. It's kind of wet, so it's coming away a little bit. So that's the plan for the morning. Gonna whip this road ramen up and then head up to Arcadia National Park. So we will see you guys when we get to Arcadia. So apparently we arrived, but there is a major snafu in the plannings for the national park, and I figured I'd share it with you guys because this is something we didn't come into contact with during going to the national park at Yellowstone, but it's something we saw but didn't actually end up having issue with. But you have to make reservations to come to these smaller national parks. So the problem we're having right now is that we actually can't do the Summit Road because it's booked for like the next 6 months. If you go onto the website, it says it as like an alert, but it's not like really interactive, so you would easily miss it. Hold on, I gotta put my mask on. So what that means is, unfortunately, we can't do Summit Road. Because the sunrise one is booked, I believe, and the daytime visiting of that location. So we were able to book Sand Beach today for 4:30 p.m. Or 4 p.m. But yeah, so just so you guys have the information while you're trying to see these national parks. right, guys, so I have an update. So again, I apologize about the wind. It is a very windy day, so we can only do what we can do. So the thing is, what we found out is that there's a new pilot program here at the national park, or at Arcadia National Park, and I'm assuming it's going to happen at a lot of their other national parks. And so what that is that they just started this pilot program from October 1st to 18th, where they release dates and you make reservations to go to specific entrances and locations. So we were able to get one for today for the Sand Beach entrance. So what that means is my reservation's at 4, so that means I can roll through that gate around 4 p.m. and what this is to do is to help the traffic flow and the congestion in the park during COVID. So that's really cool because we're going to actually be able to see Thunder Hole. We're going to be able to see a few other locations, other cliffs that I thought originally we didn't have a reservation for. So the other thing is that when I was talking about everything being booked, is that was in regards to Summit Road. So Summit Road has been completely booked for the dates that they release. So they release the tickets 2 days before the day. So what that would look like, for example, it was a little confusing when they explained it, but what it looks like is they released the tickets for Monday today. So that means that if I was going to be here in this area on Monday, that I could book the tickets. So if you're coming up here and you're planning to be here on a weekend and arrive on a Friday, make sure to look for these tickets on Wednesday, because then otherwise you're going to get here and then it's going to be booked and filled and there's nothing you can do to get through that entrance. Even though we have a national park pass, that wouldn't do us any good because we don't have the reservation. We saw something very similar to this in the Rocky Mountains National Park, but we weren't totally sure what was happening. So they turned us away and we didn't quite know why, or we were like kind of wondering how the reservations worked. But this is a ranger just clarified and cleared that whole thing up for us. So I just wanted to give you guys that information because it's really important. If you're planning these trips, you could feel like you're ruining your whole weekend, or you could not actually get into the national park, period. That's a problem. So make sure that you guys do your research. Always check the national park site before you go, but I'm guessing that this is going to be something that's going to be happening for a lot of the national parks all over the area. Yeah. Not just here in Arcadia, but it's what we saw out west. So they're attempting this new pilot program. Seems like out west they started theirs a little earlier, and for ours out here on the East Coast, it's being implemented now. So fun facts, make sure that you guys don't ruin your trip, and make sure you guys get those reservations booked.
Before you're done.
Oh, also, Denise wanted to show you guys.
We got our stamps.
Yeah, we got the stamps. These are the stamps that are meant to go into the national park passports. So again, they actually were stamping where we were, but we didn't have the national park passports, so we'll tape those in ours. We were also able to get the stickers that go into the national park pass book. So this is a sticker. You go to the Arcadia National Park or the regions, and then you just slap these guys in there. So it's a cool way to archive your trips. What's up, guys? We are in beautiful Bar Harbor, sorry I said that wrong. But we came to Getty's and got a little bit of lunch before heading into the park. We're gonna try to catch golden hour. See this beautiful bay. And this is just the end of town. Unfortunately, we wanted to do some whale watching, but whale watching is canceled. It's the end of the season, or it's not canceled, it's the end of the season. So the plan is to head into the national park. Our reservation is at the Sand Beach entrance. So we're gonna go in, try to get some great shots this evening. The entrance we're going in is a one-way, so we can get to other parts of the park, but make sure you get that reservation. So we're gonna try to get there on time, fingers crossed. Before we get to the national park, I wanted to show you guys the food we got. So we got this calamari looking extra fire, and then we also got some New England clam chowder. So can't really show that because it's in the bowls or the cups, but we're having this on the way to the park. So hi, how are you doing? I have this, and then I have a reservation.
That's good. No dog.
Yep, getting a bird June. Oh boy, here we go, guys. This is so gorgeous. Wow, this is really beautiful. I don't know really what I was expecting, but this is pretty gorgeous, and it's kind of nice if you take your mask off. There are some people, but they're not that close. So, you know, I really didn't imagine there would be a beach here like this, so it's kind of nice to be able to get so close to the water. You know, all the images I've seen of Maine are just like, you know, those sharp, steep cliffs. You know, this is even quite tame to what, you know, you kind of imagine it to be. So we're doing a little bit of off-trail wandering, and we stumbled upon this. Man, look how beautiful this is. Don't think we really should be here, but there was no signs that said don't go here, so. Denise is gonna give us the fun fact right now. What is this spot?
Sounds of sea. What?
No, it's called Thunderhole.
Oh, Thunderhole.
So this place is called Thunderhole.
Read this.
Denise read this, is like, oh, it's
right
called Sounds of Sea. So this thing is called Thunderhole. It's known for at high, about 2 hours before high tide, or as the tide is coming in, for extremely massive waves coming up and over the sides here. So this barricade right here, it actually comes all the way down there from the ocean up here. It even says caution, walkway slippery, you know, closed, unsafe condition. And that could be because the waves could be so massive and so strong coming off of here, and just this particular way that the coast kind of has this cove here, it can actually just come all the way up here and spray you. So we're here obviously not during high tide. We're not getting any of the thunder. It's more like a I don't even know, it's just it's low tide essentially. So but we're gonna try to maybe come see this during high tide and hopefully get some images of the insane sound and waves. But nonetheless, it's gorgeous.
There's harbor seals, which means that they're killer whales.
That does not mean there's killer whales.
There are, from the Gulf of Maine, because that's what they feed on. Seals. They're prime dinner.
Denise is like morbidly afraid of killer whales, so anytime there's seals or sea lions, she automatically assumes that there's killer whales. Sunset as well. This is unreal. What a beautiful place. Arcadia National Park so far, prime.